Sakamoto Days, episode 10, Bathhouse, Roughhouse. Everybody's just trying to relax, and it doesn't go the way that they think it's going to go. So let's talk about it. All right, so this is episode 10 of Sakamoto Days, and basically everybody's been overworked and they're just tired. So Sakamoto has the idea like, let's head to the bathhouse as a family and get clean, get relaxed, and try to just chill out and make sure that we're all good. Because again, for you to be on point for your missions and stuff like that, you need to be at, you know, good rest, that peak, performance. So that's the whole premise behind everything. So they end up going. They don't have towels or anything, so they finally got the counter, get set up to get entry to the bathhouse and towels. And what happens is that the guy sitting there, Utaro, is a small time hitman who has the flyer on Sakamoto. And while awkwardly taking a few minutes to get the towels ready, he realizes this is his chance to make it big and actually be an assassin and take down Sakamoto and get that big prize money. Because working at the bathhouse that his parents own is just so boring. So he has actually devised several traps along the way within the bathhouse to make sure that his job goes easier when it comes to trying to take someone out. So, with that being said, Sakamoto and Shin end up taking off to hit the jet bath first. So, after they get washed up, Utaro sees that your guard's down. Freaking, it's not a problem. I should be able to take care of you easy. They're in a jet bath. As soon as Shin goes to hit the button to improve the jets, because Sakamoto was like, I wish I could, wish the jets were more powerful. Bam. Utara hits the button to set off the trap. The jets go full blast, like with the force of a semi truck, apparently barreling down a road at freaking X amount of miles per hour. And Shin gets launched across into some bath buckets, while Sakamoto, arms gripped, veins popping out, is sitting there enjoying, like, this is better. This feels right. And Utaro's just looking stunned, like, how the heck is he surviving this? Several other traps kind of go on in succession, where we have the sauna goes in, gets turned up super hot. Shin ends up pretty much getting passed out because it's a lot of heat, and Sakamoto's like, "Yo, this is perfect." Same thing with an ice bath. This is perfect, even though everybody's just about frozen in a block of ice. And then the waterfall, extreme amount of pressure falling down, and Sakamoto still, this is perfect. That goes on throughout the entire thing until these two guys show up, and they end up picking on Yutaro while he's trying to figure out what to do next. And they're like, "Yeah, you can't really be any good at this. Like, you're too weak," and they're just bullying him, basically hitting him and stuff like that. Sakamoto sees all this and dispatches of both of them very quickly with a ping pong ball and a popsicle stick. So after these two are dispatched, Yutaro realizes that Sakamoto knew all along, and it's just, and of course Sako doesn't let on. He's just like, yeah, whatever, it's fine, and they're going about their business. But Utaro decides, what? Calls his parents, is like, I'd rather run the bathhouse. I think it'd be good for me to run the bathhouse. And then dad's like, yeah, nah, too late. You had your chance. You didn't want to do it, so we moved on from you. Which leads me to believe there's a chance that because he has traps and gadgets and that's kind of his thing, maybe he'll end up being part of the team for Sakamoto. I think he's kind of collecting people as he goes along. And it's possible that that may be a member of the team because, again, he's not just a no name. He actually has a name. And he's probably going to be on either side. So that's that. So after that, the team ends up going back to work and they end up going out to lunch later on, I guess. And they're at a little diner. And we have these guys show up and draw some weapons on them at the diner, where, of course, they get taken out very quickly by Shin Sakamoto, who Sakamoto uses a fork to block a bullet at point blank range because he ain't playing no games. He blocks it, flips the guy over onto the table, and then orders a melon soda. So after finding out that these guys work for Lou's father beforehand, and they are desperately seeking her to make sure she comes back and takes over her father's role, and she says she does not. She is happy working at the store. So they end up proposing a challenge, whereas like we can do some kind of challenge to get her, but if we win, we get her. If you win, we'll give you information on who put the hit out on you. Sakamoto's kind of like, Not really worried about it, but Lou accepts the offer very quickly. And with that being said, they end up saying, okay, where we're going to go here and do this because we do have a certain way of doing things. It's not just going to be like a straight up fight. We don't use guns or weapons. Like, I'm not going to fight an assassin without any type of weapons. And Sakamoto was like, good choice. It's actually a nice change of pace. They end up going to an underground casino. And you find out the main guy there is Lu Wu Tang, is the main guy with a square mark on his face. And he's letting you know, like, hey, we do things differently down here. We are determined to get her back because we need her. But he's been following around pretty much all her life, which is kind of creepy a little bit, according to Lou. But he's always been there, I guess, looking out for her because he was the consigliere for that particular mafia family. So that being said, hey, here's the plan. I'm going to give you guys 30 million to start, and you got like 2 hours to win as much money as possible. And Shin having, mind reading powers is definitely, in their favor, but neither one of them know how to play anything involving poker or gambling or anything like that. So now they're at a disadvantage. Lu Wu Tang ends up going to the tables, and within a minute of them being there, he's up to 90 million from his 30 million that fast. So now our guys have got to pick up some slack and get this done, or else they're going to lose Lou at some point in time. She's on the line. So they got to figure that out. While trying to figure that out, they also end up running into Seba and Tanaka. Seba, who still has a camouflage suit, although it's like a little hoodie. They end up opening some kind of like little crepe stand, and they're making crepes and stuff because as they do now. And the Sakamoto family had eventually checked it out stuff because they wanted some snacks. But that's what they're doing now, and it's all the rage. But again, this casino thing is what they got to figure out. Is like how can they make the amount of money they need to make to secure Lou or their side and not lose her. I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do. I don't know how they're gonna get through it. I think Sokka's gonna quickly learn the rules and figure out how stuff is played, and then of course kind of relay that with Shin, and they should be able to get something done. Or they can do something where they can make Lu Wu Tang lose his money, which would also put them up, so they could still win with the 30 million they're starting if they make him lose all his money. We got options here. So you also have options like to make sure you hit that lovely subscribe button so that you stay tuned to all the stuff that we have going on and all the anime shows, whether it be Marvel, DC, gaming. We got stuff that we definitely want to talk about and talk about with you guys. So definitely check that out. We do have another episode that should be listed coming up at the end of the month, March 22nd, episode 11. And I think they're going to go to 12 episodes and then take a break for a second core either later this year or they'll pick up next year. But that's what I believe. I think they're going to go 24 episodes with the first season. But again, still waiting on that news. We'll find out. Until then, I will catch you guys in the next one.